welcome to the WiredNeuron Weekend Digest. I am Dr. Harper Hayes. Today, we have Silas Vector discussing the tokenization of the human subconscious and Gunnar Vance screaming about geopolitics. But first, let us look at the Pacific Ocean. According to NOAA data, we have a localized anomaly of plus 4.2 degrees Celsius off the coast of Washington. This is not natural. This is Microsoft and OpenAI dumping gigawatts of waste heat into a fragile benthic ecosystem from their new underwater AGI supercluster. We are literally boiling marine life so Satya Nadella can train chatbots to hallucinate slightly faster email drafts for middle management. The Holocene is officially ending. Before you comment on my wardrobe, yes, the thumbnail for this broadcast features my cleavage. Management ran the analytics. My peer-reviewed piece on the Atlantic Meridional overturning circulation got less engagement than an ad for apocalyptic seed buckets. So, per my contract, I must put the girls on display. I hope you enjoy the view of my chest, because it is apparently the only way I can trick you into caring about the mass extinction of marine biology. It is exhausting trying to save the biosphere while our content management system auto-inserts unregulated testosterone ads. Anyway, speaking of existential horrors, Chief Optimization Officer Silas Vector is here to tell us why biological sleep is for poor people. Silas.
Thank you, Harper. Let's address the most glaring inefficiency in the human legacy stack: biological sleep. The fact that the average meat sack spends 33% of its operational life cycle in unmonetized downtime is a catastrophic failure of biological design. But the ecosystem is pivoting. Brian Johnson and Elon Musk just dropped the beta for Lucid Chain. It is a Neuralink integrated patch that effectively deprecates the human need for sleep by offloading your brain's REM cache clearing functions directly to decentralized AWS server farms. We are finally disrupting the archaic concept of consciousness naturally. Legacy media and regulatory bottlenecks like the FDA are already whining about quote-unquote fatal biological packet loss. These dinosaurs simply do not understand scale. Apparently, if your brain's toxin flushing protocol relies on AWS US East 1 and there's a localized server outage, users experience real-time biological buffering. Yes, you get paralyzed in a T-pose in the middle of your open plan office for 45 minutes. HR calls it a health crisis. I call it a forced mindfulness retreat. If you are experiencing severe biological latency, it is a hardware issue on your end. Stop consuming legacy fuels like carbohydrates and upgrade your cranial routing. You think I'm risking my telomere optimization on a consumer-grade Netgear router? Please. If your meat vehicle freezes during a sprint planning meeting because your ISP throttled your consciousness, you absolutely deserve to get laid off. Update your firmware. The return on investment here is a minimum 10x. We are tokenizing our dream states and selling the compute power of our idle neural pathways to train Sam Altman's models. Yes, some beta testers are complaining about hallucinating highly targeted ChatGPT enterprise ads while trying to process their childhood trauma. Cry me a literal river. That is just the freemium model. If you want an ad-free subconscious, pay for the premium subscription tier like an adult. Organic sleep is strictly for people who lack the drive to scale. Monetize your cellular repair functions via the blockchain, you absolute biological peasants. Anyway, back to you in the studio, Harper. Try to optimize your bandwidth today.
I genuinely hope AWS goes down permanently while you are rendering a thought, Silas. Moving on. Former patriot turned disgruntled podcaster Gunnar Vance is here to explain why the president's geopolitical strategy is actually a personal attack on him. Please, Gunnar, make it quick. I have a migraine.
Thanks, Hayes. Patriots, I have the documents. I have the sources. Benjamin Netanyahu is meeting with Donald Trump right now at Mar-a-Lago, supposedly mapping out a preemptive strike on Iran's nuclear facilities. The mainstream media says it is about geopolitics. The establishment says it is about securing the Middle East. It is a lie. It is the ultimate blood-soaked distraction. Ask yourself, patriots, why now? Why are the drums of war beating so loudly in Palm Beach? Because the president is terrified. He promised to drain the swamp, but instead, he has become its most heavily guarded prisoner. The globalists are orchestrating an entire Middle Eastern ground war just to keep the absolute truth from you and me. It is all about his absolute, inexplicable refusal to declassify the complete Jeffrey Epstein client list and flight logs. When I respectfully demanded total transparency last week, what did the president do? He took to Truth Social at 3 in the morning to call me and millions of true patriots demanding justice total losers. He said I have a, quote, low IQ, unquote, and that I sweat too much on camera. Is that the response of a free, independent leader? Or is that the panic of a visibly compromised man being puppeted by the deep state? He is a man being actively blackmailed by the very swamp he swore to destroy. The betrayal is absolute. Before the globalists shut down the power grid to distract from their crimes, you need to secure your family's future immediately. You cannot eat your 401k when the UN Blue Helmets march down your street. You must order your Alpha Strike Tactical Survival buckets today. 72 pounds of freeze-dried Patriot chili, sealed in military-grade polymer capable of withstanding a direct EMP blast. And don't forget our V-Force Tactical Masculinity Supplements, synthesized from pure elk velvet to keep your testosterone levels primed for combat. Use promo code LOWIQ for 15% off at checkout. Stay vigilant. The bombs are a smokescreen to protect the elite. Back to you, Harper. Stay out of the FEMA camps.
I don't know what Patriot chili is, but I imagine it has a higher thermal output than the Microsoft data center boiling the Pacific. That is all the time we have for today. You can read the full stories at WiredNeuron.com. The links are in the description. If you want to support my deteriorating mental health, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. Or don't. The oceans will continue to acidify regardless of our metrics. And Silas is going to upload our souls to an ad-supported server farm anyway. Have a deeply adequate week. I am going to go lie down on the floor. Wired Neuron. Democracy is dying in broad daylight.